What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, we got another Scream rumor for you, and I feel like this is timely. This makes sense to cover, and, I've also seen some things online indicating the next few weeks, and maybe it's because of Abigail, Melissa Barrera, but people think that these next couple weeks are going to be big for Scream 7, whether it's more announcements of casting or just kind of future, updates. That's what I've been seeing online. We'll see if it ends up happening, and if it does, of course, we'll talk about it. But it comes from Critical Overlord. I guess technically it comes from Daniel RPK, who we have talked about in the past. Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox are reportedly main characters in Scream 7. While there'll be new young leads again, Sid and Gale are once again the main characters, along with Sid's family. Okay, not too much to say. I don't think this is going to be like the longest video of my life, but I'm happy to see that kind of stuff, right? Let's just push aside the negativity and the controversy, which, we get kind of caught up in quite a lot, right? And we talk about, this is what I want to hear. And the way that it's worded, I don't like the words main and lead because, what is truly the difference? And I guess the way that he explains it kind of shows you the difference, right? There'll be leads, there'll be younger people to kind of, they'll take some scenes and all that stuff. But the main characters of this movie, and the way that that's kind of declared makes me feel good. The main characters are Sidney, Gale, and then Sidney's family. It is definitely shaping up to be a we're going after Sidney's family thing, and Gale steps in and Sidney steps in. That's where it's really going. I've seen talk about the safety, is it too safe of a sequel or, too safe of a Scream 7? I do want to do a whole video on that. I've been thinking about that in my head, so look forward to that soon. But it is seemingly shaping up to be I guess somewhat predictable, where you kind of know the basic outline of what's going to happen. Now, you could argue that some of these movies have already followed basic outlines, so I'm not going to hold it over it too much right now. I just kind of wanted to throw a quick video together to, say what Daniel said. And, as we've talked about with him before, he's very plugged in. He knows his stuff. I'll never let him live down the Pirates comments that he said 6 years ago. I will remember, even if everybody else forgot. But the guy knows what he's talking about, and I would believe him. And it's what we've talked about before. I don't think you can make Sidney in every single scene. I feel like that time has passed. If you think about it, Scream 3 is Scream 1 and 2, and Scream 1's just establishing it. Scream 2 is getting in the rhythm. Scream 3 has her filming schedule at the time, right? And she's half in it. So that's the first experimental one. 4 tries, but it kind of holds on to the past while kind of doing the future or the present, whatever. And, it's kind of fighting for it. 5, she's not a cameo. I don't even know if I want to say a glorified cameo. I think she's more important than that, but, not in it too much, but in it a little. So it has been shaken up quite a bit. It's never really been all that consistent, to be fair to the entire franchise, right? So going into this one, do I expect her in 90% of scenes? No. And I've said this before. Do I want her more than 50%? Yes. I think, and I said this in the past video, I got to stay consistent. And I actually, I do feel this. To have it be 50-50, I don't think is a good idea. And that kind of was the pitch, and even this. But again, I think the way this is worded makes me believe more, maybe a 60-40 or 70-30. You want to have some new people. If nothing more, and I mean, it's not going to be for this reason, but for the simple thing of you got to have new characters. You got to have a story maybe beyond Sidney at least a little bit. Now, you don't give them 50%. You don't give them 60 or 70%, which really, you look at Scream 5, she was maybe 20-25%, and Sam was the other 75, right? So for this, maybe it would be reversed. She's 70%, the new cast is 30. You could argue if that's a good idea, and I can see both sides. I mean, my argument would be this could be it. This could be it. I don't think this is it for Scream, but this could definitely be it for Sidney. Even though I don't know that for sure, and I'm not actually willing to put a bet on it, but it could be. And so to split it 50-50, if this is really a swan song type thing, I don't want that. Personally, me, I don't really care about the wider audience in when I'm just talking about it in this video. It's what I care about right now, right? So I want to see her in it more than half, and I think just doing half and half, especially after what you did to Melissa and Jenna and establishing that group of characters, and we just did this, and it's not like the movie was 10 years ago. The movie was last year and 2 years ago, right? So the fact that you just did that, and if you want to do another kind of split movie, I've always said I just don't think that's a good idea. And I don't know, I mean, I'm reading into it a little bit, but the way I read into it is it's probably not gonna be that. I think Ryan Showers does breakdowns of how much time they're on screen. I'm going to need to like phone him up because I'm going to really need that chart for Scream 7. I really am going to be interested to know the numbers, yeah, but I want percentages. I want to know percent of the film, the runtime, that Sidney is on screen versus whoever these new characters are. I'm going to be interested in that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.